Yo, 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 yo. What's good with it, man? It's the homie Mac. Music, art, culture, knowledge. Each one teach one. Each one teach one. Peace and love to all. I know it's been a minute. Your boy. I'm in. I'm in school right now. I'm in school, so I do a lot of studying throughout the week, just different things. But I'm not. I'm never forgetting about my loyal supporters. Everybody who's shown love to the movement that is MACK TV. Formalities. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Subscribe to the YouTube channel 82 Kings. Follow the movement on Instagram at MACTV_82. Peace and love to all. Each one teach one. Yeah, so this is a session of MACK minutes. I know, there's a lot going on. The election cycle, different things. But tonight, I want to talk about pornography. This session of MACK minutes is going to be entitled "Porn is Free." Porn is free. And what is pornography? Pornography essentially it's erotic fantasy. Us as human beings, or scientifically speaking, from a scientific semantical range, we're animals. We're animals, and we have a desire to procreate. We have an inherent desire to procreate. We have a desire for copulation or sex. That may not be in the context of having a family or anything of that nature, but just the inherent desire we have to be sexual. It's innate. It's innate. It's in us. The thing I think ultimately that distinguishes humans from other animals is we're given a greater context for life. It's not like this whole Nat Geo experience where you're observing animals who just do their thing, and then they do their thing, they have intercourse, and like rabbits and stuff, and that's that, and there's no financial or social obligation behind that. It doesn't stop there with humans. But let me stop. I know wolves are actually monogamous, and they want to have a tribe, a family, all that. Yeah, I think wolves are the only. I think I'm not gonna say the only, but wolves seem to have an obligatory sense of monogamy. But it's not about that. I'm not talking about. I don't want to get into a whole thing about marriage and monogamy and all that. I'm talking about porn. They say that over 40 million Americans visit pornography sites regularly. A lot of men, boys, and not limited to just men and boys. There are women as well. But a lot of men and boys, their reference point for sex is not sex ed in school. Chiefly, a lot of it is pornography, pop culture, music. Even you turn on the TV and you look at how products are sold. Like, there's always this, not always, but there's a very ever-present sexual dynamic that comes with selling products. We use female anatomy to sell everything from cheeseburgers to cars. And the thing is, with a lot of these little boys, like, they're being they have a hypersexual socialization. So I feel like a lot of boys, they're introduced to female sexuality, female anatomy, before they're introduced to women, female. I know female is it's actually considered a derogatory term. I don't mean it in a derogatory sense, and I mean no disrespect. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but female women use it interchangeably in this context. I feel like a lot of young boys, outside of their first socialization with women or females would be like their mother. But on a broader context, a lot of these boys or males, their socialization comes through sex. Their socialization, their concept of women is more circumscribed to sex. So you have a lot of boys who they see women objectified as sexual objects before you see them as like sentient, free-willed beings. You know what I'm saying? And I guess the thing that frustrates me is we talk all this shit about female autonomy, them owning their bodies and themselves as they should, and we talk about how women are hypersexualized, how women are objectified. But my thing is, we create that narrative. We socialize these boys. We introduce them again to a sense of hypersexualization before we introduce them to women as being actual people. And I can remember as a shorty, one of my first introductions to sexuality was Teddy Riley, Rump Shaker. You just seen these girls dance around in bikinis. I remember one of my cousins, he told on me to my aunt, "Oh, Maurice is down there. Maurice is down there watching porn." I wasn't watching porn. I was just watching the Teddy Riley Rump Shaker video, but ended up getting a whooping for it. But it was on BET. It is what it is. Shout out to my cousin for being a snitch. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I just feel like I see a lot of feminists push this narrative about owning their bodies and as they should, and pushing this this narrative that they're always objectified. But my thing is, as far as capitalism goes with what sells. So there's a whole generation of little boys who are being socialized to become the men that I guess ultimately that y'all don't want or that society doesn't need in a sexual context. If that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, it'll make sense later. Just marinate on it. Ultimately what I'm saying is, again, we create these monsters. Society creates these monsters that they loathe. A lot of men that I broke bread with, interacted with, they've said, like, I'm addicted to porn. I watch a lot of porn. Again, over 40 million Americans watch pornography. And it gives people a distortion of what sex is, of what intimacy is. Porn is fake intimacy at the end of the day. I'm not going to get into the types of porn or the terminology, but at the end of the day, just how like the likes and clicks and shares on Facebook and social media give us fake dopamine to make us high. Pornography does the same thing in another way. I think again it gives us a fake sense of intimacy. It gives us a fake sense of love. Some people equate love with sex. I know that sounds crazy, but love and sex are binaries in a lot of people's mind. I remember this older woman, she was telling me what pornography does for little boys. No, hold up. She said what Disney movies do for little girls, pornography does for boys. Little boys, men, boys, whatever. No, not men, but boys. So there's like this socialization where it's a hybrid distortion on both ends of the spectrum. Little girls are sold this fantasy of what love looks like and what it is, but it's more on I'm a princess and he loves me and I need to be chased and he needs to be willing to be my knight in shining armor. Whereas with little boys, it's pornography and sex, and she got to bust that pussy open. She got to. Sorry, mom. I'm just being, being real. And it gets to the point where there are dynamics I don't want to say prostitution, but boys I feel like are socialized that their reward for being good men, not even necessarily being good men, but their reward from a woman is sex. You know, and I think with little girls, like they're socialized to think, my knight in shining armor. He'll do whatever I want him to do, and we'll just live happily ever after. And it's a false dynamic. It's a empty dichotomy on both sides. I want to talk about how again there were some neurologists, research scientists from Ohio State University. I believe it was Ohio State. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they did like this study on adolescent boys, and they found out that there was more activity in their cranial cavity, their brains. There's more activity neurologically speaking when they saw things that were, I guess, connected with sex. Like there was more things were triggered neurologically. And I guess at the end of the study, they found out that adolescent boys have a stronger desire for sex than they do for food. You don't necessarily, you need sex to perpetuate your species, your genes, your phenotype, the human experience. Yes, we need sex. In that context. But as far as for survival, we would need food to survive before we would need orgasms and sex to survive. But I know sometimes without sex you can feel like you're gonna die. But you're not. You ain't gonna die. But yeah, this session of Mac Man it's raw. No pun intended. Strap up, take your prep, whatever. Take care of your sexual health, your reproductive health. Hold up, I'm gonna pull up some more numbers. What I got? Trying to find it. I'm trying to find it. Found it. I found it. 25% of search engine requests are related to sex. And this is in context of America. 35% of downloads from the internet are pornographic. Again, 40 million Americans say they regularly visit porn sites. 70% of men aged 18 to 24, 70% of men aged 18 to 24 visit a porn site at least once per month. The largest consumer group of online porn is men ages 35 to 49. One third of all internet porn users. One third of all internet porn users are women. This is irony at its finest. Sunday is the most popular day of the week for viewing porn. And it's funny because I'll tell you. Lastly, Thanksgiving is the most popular day of the year for viewing porn. The irony, Thanksgiving. Ooh. Process it however you see fit. But yeah, I think when you factor in capitalism, it's not about when you factor in capitalism and dating and love and relationships and all that. It's not even about what's real or genuine or organic. It's about what you can purchase. And I feel like we're at a place now in society I know I probably sound like I probably sound a little bit like Karl Marx, but we're in a point in time in society now where it's like it's not even about having organic love. It's about getting what I can get out of the situation, and love has become like I mean, relatively speaking, in human history, the whole concept of romantic love is actually fairly new. Um, Marriages have usually been arranged. They've been arranged dowry system. It's never been about you actually having a romantic connection. It's been about empires and dynasties and pushing forth your seed. Not about, oh, I love her, he loves me, I love him. Like, no. Um, but yeah, what else did I want to talk about? Um, I guess essentially, I'm saying all this to say, as a nation, we have to do a better job of socializing men and women and how they'll interface with the opposite sex. And I've talked to black men who say their first point of reference for sex was R. Kelly's music. I've met so many men and women who were sexually abused as children, and they have this they have a very um, unique concept of love and intimacy. And I just think that there needs to be a revolution in mind and spirit of what love really is, what intimacy really is, you know. And I think, well, not think. I know. I saw. I think it was an interview with Ted Bundy and a couple of other serial killers that I saw. I'm big into human psychology, so I look up those things.